Yeah, it's funny, it didn't put you down, and it's the same with Jenny. I think you didn't feel that if somebody was criticizing you, I think you had the strength to say, I'll be better than what they think. No? I have this feeling with you as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know, listen, boy, people hated me when I first started in this business. They might hate me still, I don't want to know about it. But when, you know, I mean, because first of all, interviewing all the rock stars, they thought, what the heck does that chick know about music? You know, I wasn't really a music journalist, I was just an entertainment reporter. And the same with fashion. When I first started in fashion, it was, what did I really know about fashion? I was just an entertainment reporter, and that's how I was reporting on fashion. So there were a lot of cynics. You know, I mean, I had many detractors that said, you know, your nose is too big, your mouth is too big, your voice sounds terrible, you're too pushy, you're too obnoxious, you know, whatever they hated about me, I don't know. But it did get to me I mean, I'd be a liar if I said, you know, but I don't care, I'm going to prove them wrong. Because, you know, they say you have to have a thick skin in this industry and you have to have a suit of armor, but I firmly believe that if you have a suit of armor that's too thick, you're not going to be good at your job, because you have to maintain your sensitivity, especially when you're in a business that's about people. Yes. And you want to be communicating and you want to be sensitive. So I would, you know, maybe close the door, cry a little bit, and then come out ready, okay, but like you say, I'm going to try and prove them wrong, because I did believe that I had something to say.
It never stopped you.
No,
which is
never
the great
stopped
thing.
me.
You know, you're being criticized, but still you go on, and you're even better. And that's
what doesn't kill you makes you stronger always, right?
And the thing, another example, il y a un exemple de chose à laquelle les gens ne croyaient pas, c'est votre fameux parfum Neige. Et ça, c'est invraisemblable parce que, et j'ose le dire malgré tout, votre fille est dans la salle et je ne veux pas l'offenser, mais même vos filles n'y croyaient pas.
Un matin, je me lève, faut que je vous raconte, je me lève un matin et j'ai eu une vision durant la nuit où j'ai eu quelqu'un qui m'a dit un parfum neige. Tu sais. Je me suis levée le matin, en tout cas, j'avais l'idée très très claire qu'il fallait que je lance un parfum neige. Alors, je suis à table avec mes deux filles, mon mari, puis je leur donne mon idée géniale. Wesh! Ma fille la plus jeune, Nathalie, ça n'a pas de sens. Neige, on n'aime pas ça, la neige, ça dure trop longtemps. Alors, mes filles étaient plutôt... Marie-Lise est plus douce, plus certaine, pas sûre, la neige. Mon mari, lui, non plus. Alors, forte de cet encouragement, je suis arrivée à mon bureau, et puis là, j'ai mon équipe avec moi, et je leur donne mon idée fantastique. Puis là, j'ai un directeur général que j'adorais, qui est gentil, qui me dit « Pas mal ton idée, Lise, un parfum neige, mais qu'est-ce que tu dirais si on faisait un concours à l'interne pour trouver un nom? » Je dis « Oui, on va faire un concours à l'interne. » Après une semaine de recommandations et tout ça, je me rappelle, on est assis tout le monde ensemble, et je regarde toutes les suggestions, puis je leur dis, gentiment, le parfum va s'appeler Neige. J'avais sur tous les doigts. Hein,
c'est comme ça que vous êtes docile, je vois.
J'ai appelé mon parfum Neige, et Neige a été, dans mon cas, le sauveur de l'entreprise. Parce que Neige est devenue, je ne sais pas si de vos mères, peut-être ici, ou vos grands-mères, quand on a lancé Neige, c'était avec Sonia Benezra à la télévision. Et Sonia avait dit, « Oh, I love this perfume ». Ça sentait vraiment délicieux, et ça sent toujours délicieux, je le porte toujours. Et les gens attendaient en ligne dans les magasins, il n'y avait plus de stock. On avait du stock pour 6 mois, parti en 2 semaines. On a renouvelé nos inventaires, et le 23 décembre, il y avait des lignées partout, dans tous les magasins, parce que les femmes voulaient Neige, parce que j'avais dédié mon parfum Neige en hommage aux femmes d'ici. Parce que Neige est à la fois la douceur et la force. Et moi, j'ai toujours utilisé le terme la force de la douceur. C'est plus fort que la violence. Alors, la force de la douceur, c'était mon parfum qui était dédié à la force et au courage des femmes d'ici. Alors, ça a été un succès instantané et ça l'est toujours.
Aujourd'hui, ça fait 21 ans, non? Ou plus que ça?
En 93.
93.
29 novembre 93.
La preuve qu'il faut croire en ses idées.
Il faut y croire beaucoup.
Oui.
Et le soir où j'ai lancé Neige, on était dans l'auditorium où il y a la patinoire. Tout le monde est arrivé en chaussures. Il y avait des autobus qui venaient de Québec, Chicoutimi, Ottawa pour le lancement de notre parfum. Tout le monde est arrivé en chaussures. Quand ils sont sortis le soir, il y avait 6 pouces de neige dehors. Je n'ai pas besoin de vous dire que ça a aidé beaucoup au succès de la neige. Mais j'ai été le bon Dieu avec moi.
Both of you have 2 daughters, les deux, donc menez une vie de femme d'affaires, femme de woman in the media, and having 2 daughters. It's a sign also, you know, you could have guys, but it's daughters. So
We're so similar.
We are soul sisters.
when I was doing the research, I said, wow, that's amazing how many things is common to both of them. So how were you able to do all the traveling and everything and have 2 daughters? That's amazing. You had to go back to work, as you said, 7 days after the first was born?
Yeah, no, 2 weeks.
2 weeks? Well, it's short enough.
Actually, they
I did
sent
the
a crew
same.
to my house 2 days after to record some voiceovers. So, yeah, you know, how do you do it? I don't know. You know, you do it like if you stand at the edge of the diving board at the swimming pool and you think, oh, I want to jump in, I shouldn't jump in, maybe I should do it. You know, if you start overthinking it, you're never going to go in. You just have to go and pray and really know that you are going to be committed to those kids. Obviously, first and foremost, but you don't want to give up, you know, who you are and your passion. And somehow, I think the kids learn to accept that, or they thank God. I think my kids learned to accept that and love me for it and understand that my work was important to me. Yeah, I cried myself to sleep in hotel rooms all over the world, you know, as I'm sure a lot of working mothers who have to travel do. I know everyone can relate, but I would tell any young woman out there that is contemplating, because a lot of young women ask me, you know, oh, I really want to have a kid, but I have this fabulous career, maybe I shouldn't, should I, you know, go for it. You know, I say do it, you can do it, it's possible. You maybe not have it all at once, but you just have to love your kids and let them know you love them, and always be there for them. If you can't be there physically, thank God I was, you know, there in the age of the cell phone. We didn't have Skype and we didn't have email. It was, you know, faxes, but I did have a cell phone, and no matter where I was, I mean, I could be backstage at a Valentino show at like, you know, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, Paris time, was like 8 o'clock in the morning, Toronto time, and the kids are calling, Mom, I can't find my purple socks, where are they? It's like, excuse me, Mr. Valentino, I have to take a call, you know, and I did, and I slept with that cell phone by my bed. It's on even now, still, always, in case they need me, you know, but
There's no age. My phone is always open for my children. Always. I have to admit they are now 44 and 41. But my phone is always for my children, anywhere I am.
Et vous mangiez toujours le soir avec elle? Le soir, vous m'avez dit que les soupers d'affaires, non?
Jamais de souper d'affaires.
Ouais.
Non, jamais. Je déjeunais le matin avec mes filles et je soupais tous les soirs avec mes filles. Et je fais des travaux jusqu'à bien avec elles. Mais je pense que ça donnait à mes enfants un goût d'indépendance aussi, la capacité d'être indépendant. Et aujourd'hui, avec la Fondation, je travaille pour l'indépendance financière des femmes. Parce que la seule liberté, c'est l'autonomie financière. Alors, s'il y a des jeunes dans la salle qui se disent, ben, moi, je ne vais pas finir mes études, je vais me marier, puis mon mari va s'occuper de moi, oubliez ça. Soyez votre propre. Gagnez votre indépendance financière, même si votre mari vous dit « Ah, j'aimerais ça que tu restes à la maison. » Non. Rappelez-vous de ce que je vous dis ce soir. L'autonomie financière, c'est la seule liberté des femmes. Et je Financial independence is the only freedom. You got that. You're good.
And I think, Jenny, you brought your daughters to be independent as well. They're creative girls, which is great. Oh,
I'm a patron of the arts, let's put it that way. They're highly creative girls, but they're on their way. They're wildly talented. And, you know, I don't want to say they've rejected. They really, I never, ever, ever wanted them to follow in my footsteps. I mean, I would be insulted when people say, are your kids following your footsteps? I hope not. My message to them was blaze your own trails. So, how far, and I took them to fashion shows in Paris and New York when they were little. They, sat in the front row of Christian Lacroix, and I met all the great fashion designers. But my little one now, because she's 26, lives in a log cabin in the woods in the Yukon by herself, off the grid, no water, no electricity. Wow. She's a singer-songwriter. She just released an album. She's brilliant. And my other daughter just got her second fine arts degree in animation from Concordia, and she's moved from Montreal to live at my farmhouse. She's opened an animation studio there, and she's becoming an organic farmer, back to the land. So they don't care about labels, they don't care about la mode or, haute couture or anything like that, but I couldn't be more proud.
They're doing what they want to do, which is great. We know that life can be tough, et je sais que la vie nous envoie des coups durs parfois, et Madame Watier, il y a une histoire que vous avez naturellement racontée souvent et dont on se rappelle, c'est ce feu terrible qui a détruit votre entreprise, dont on voit les photos en ce moment. Et ça, beaucoup de gens auraient arrêté leur vie, leur carrière, et dit je ne vais plus jamais repartir à zéro. Et vous,
j'ai jamais pensé.
Non.
Quand je suis arrivée sur le site, c'était comme un cauchemar. J'étais en Europe, je suis revenue et mon mari me dit on va aller demain. J'ai dit non, je vais aller tout de suite. Et la personne qui m'a ouvert la porte, c'est quelqu'un qui travaillait avec moi depuis longtemps. Il était habillé en pompier. Je ne l'ai pas reconnu. J'ai dit merci monsieur, parce que je ne l'ai pas reconnu. C'était Sylvain avec, parce que je vois des gens que je connais ici. Et quand je suis entrée, on m'a dit que j'avais retroussé mes manches. Puis j'ai dit, on recommence où? J'ai même pas pensé d'abandonner, j'ai même pas pensé, parce que c'est un feu qui a tout détruit. Tout, sauf mon bureau. Et je ne sais pas si vous voyez à l'écran, il y a une photo qui est complètement brûlée autour. Il y en a une autre aussi en bas. Eh bien, toutes les photos de ma fille Marie-Lise, Nathalie, et ma photo à moi, les visages ont tous été sauvés. Et les images étaient brûlées tout autour. Ceci, ça tient du miracle, parce que c'était Mère Marie-Rose. Moi, je suis allée chez les sœurs des Saint-Nom de Jésus de Marie. Oui. On nous a dit, toute notre vie, on nous a dit, pendant que j'étais au couvent, que Mère Marie-Rose nous épargnait du feu, nous sauvait du feu. Et moi, mon bureau a été épargné à 100%, incluant les miroirs sur les murs. Habituellement, ça craque, Tout était intact dans mon bureau, il y avait de la suie. Et quand ils ont découvert dans les filières mes photos, toutes mes photos étaient le visage intact et mes filles aussi. Et on voit
c'est là qu'on a la foi.
Oui. C'est certain. Moi, j'ai eu plusieurs miracles dans sa vie, dont celui-là. Dans ma vie. Pas dans sa vie, dans ma vie.
And Jeanne, on your side, it's more personal, but it was interesting when we discussed over the phone about it. It's the fact that you went through a divorce that was very tough on you, and something that you didn't expect. And I think it's good that you talk about it, that you want to talk about it, because there's hope at the end. That's a good thing. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us that surprise that you could not believe that somebody that you had been with for so many years, that was a famous host?
Yeah, it was like, I thought I had it all. And then one day, I looked, okay, I don't know, I always thought I was a sensitive person. How blind could I have been? But I just got hit by a Mack truck. And my husband, who I was madly in love with, and I thought we had the most fabulous life. We had these two little girls, they were 8 and 10 at the time. I had this fantastic job. We had, a big house in Rosedale, a cottage in Muskoka, that, 2 cars, 2 boats, 2 cats. Life was just fabulous. And he told me he didn't want to be married anymore. One day, I kid you not, one day, he did lose his job a year before. Now, in retrospect, I should have seen the signs coming. He was going through a horrible midlife crisis, I guess, that I didn't realize. I was just so busy, loving my life and thinking I was happy. And he just said he was leaving. He just did, he loved me, but he wasn't in love with me, and he just didn't want to be married anymore. Okay, but what about the kids? And he was like, oh, kids are resilient, kids will be fine, you know. I mean, the truth of the matter is, yeah, we're all fine. It's these scars, though, that you have, and you know, you do learn to live with all kinds of stuff in this life. But yeah, it was devastating. And then I started to absolutely hate fashion, because I thought it was this monster that had done this, that had ruined my life. Like I couldn't even, I remember feeling sick looking at covers of fashion magazines on the newsstand. I thought, look, I didn't want to have, but I had to keep working because, you know, I had these kids and I had to go on. And slowly but surely I crawled out of a very deep hole of depression that I was in for, I don't know, a good 6 months. And then I found out some stuff that had been going on, and that, you know, that my husband had been, you know, sort of having this double life for 3.5 years that I was totally oblivious to, you know, with someone who was sort of like, you know, a junior intern to me that I had taken under my wing. Anyway, it's sordid, terrible, it was awful, and that I just, you know, you can't dwell in the past, you just have to keep putting one foot in front of the other, no matter how hard that is to do. And I would just like get out of bed every day and, you know, put my lipstick on and my high heels on, and I got to get back to work. And thank God I had these 2 little girls who were with me that inspired me to no end, and I just kept on going. And you know, it was lonely for a lot of years, and I went in and out of various relationships. I had, you know, but it's very sad not to have a partner when you're trying to, you know, go on this amazing ride, you know, by yourself. It's just different. I mean, yeah, you have the kids, but you want, and anyway, but recently, kind of recently, not only survived, but like I'm madly in love again. I met a fabulous guy 14 months ago. We bought a house together a month ago. And yeah, life's good, it's great, it's fabulous. So I'm telling you, you must keep the faith. There is hope, no matter what, no matter how horrible life seems in one moment. You have to just believe that if you're fearless and tenacious, you will survive.
There's a rainbow. But tell us also the fact that also everybody was telling you how come you're alone, you're a brilliant woman, you don't have a new husband, and your mother was telling you that all the time. That's also the thing that you had to go through. It's because you try to forget the past, and then your mother is saying, how come you're not married? You should be married again.
But this is the ironic thing. My poor dear mother, rest in peace, I lost her last year. She was 94 and suffering from Parkinson's, and she was such a bright light, brilliant spirit, really. Last year of her life, she sort of started to go a little bit, you know, her mind started to go. But she would come over to visit me all the time and come into my house. And Jeannie, is this your house? Yeah, Mom. And you live in such a big house? Yes, Mom. You live here alone? I went, well, me and the dog, you know. Well, what happened to your husband? Every time she came over for like a year, well, my husband left like, you know, 16 years ago, and you can't find another one?